There we are. All right, we're doing a fish day. Oh, controller's not turned on. Kind of hard to play a game with a controller that's turned off. Am I truly ready to go on the town? Fish day. Thank you, Doc. Got our Aurora's got her fish day shirt on. We're all set. We're all ready to go. We're raring to get started. I hope I enjoy my time at Obston as well. Oh, look how bright and sunny it is in the game. That's pleasant. It's dreary as fuck out here, so I'm glad to see somewhere is bright and sunny. Grab. Oh no. What's this third letter? Triceratops tail. I think I already completed the Triceratops. So, oh, I have. So I have to just throw that away. Throw it away. Sell that shit. Is more like it. Okay. Sun and surf. Woo! Good job, Mom. I don't know what to do with the space to make it fabulous. Track model? What the fuck does that even mean? Diafish! Stegosaurus tail. That might be new. Up, up, up. So now I'm curious if I could like order dirt models and other things to build a replica of the entire town in my basement. My creepy, terrible basement. I might have already donated a Stego tail. Let's just... I don't know where I'm going. I don't know why I went in the house. There's nothing in there for me. Here we go. It's a jukebox. I don't know how often things are supposed to be posted on the board, but that's been there since November, right? Yeah. It's weird. Ooh, there's an umbrella of some kind. A twig parasol. Oh, that museum paper. Gotta have that museum paper. Twig parasol. Oh, this one. Yes, that one. That's the day. Just. Yeah. No, you're good. You got it right the first time. Oh my lord. Nope. Oh, my hand is not in like the right condition. It's this weather. I'm blaming the weather for problems with my body, like I always do. All right, let's go and see what we got. I'm talking right in the microphone. Let me just fucking figure out another way to do this that doesn't require me to talk like into the red zone, into the danger zone. There is. Okay, well, shit. I'd love it. Please sell it to me. So, hold on. Let me see the catalog. Looking for the dirt model. Looking for a dirt model. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Oh, that's what he gave me last time. Can't breathe and lots of sneezing? That's a fair point. Yeah, okay. I could build an entire replica of the town in my basement. That would look really creepy and weird, so I'm not gonna do it, but... I mean, yeah, that's fair. It's just sort of like... I don't know how to respond to such accusations that are true of our experience with indigenous peoples of America. Surround it with hazmat barrels. Ah, super fun. Putting the fun back in super fun. Oh my god. That might be the most intelligent thing I ever did in this entire chat. I'll try it on, but I'm not gonna like it. I'll buy it. And I'll buy this gelato shirt or whatever this is here, too. I'll try it on. Looks horrid. It's not your fault for living. That's not what they're getting at. It only remains our fault if we don't try to, like, acknowledge what happened. No one's trying to blame you for existing. It's not your fault that you exist. They're trying to say that you should, like, acknowledge where everything came from. And not celebrate Columbus, essentially, is the gist of it. Amber... Hold on to the Stego tail. Sell the model, sell the shirts. They're still salty about it. Yes, they are salty about it, but not at you directly. I'm not saying that they're not salty. I'm not saying that they don't care. I'm saying that it's not your fault. And anybody who tells you that it's your fault directly is like being really weird about it. You didn't take anyone's land. Here's a person. Oh, that's a modern wall. That wall's awful modern. I'm gonna take that modern wall. That's gonna be my jam. No, 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 not you. I don't want your attention. Go sit between the trees. No, I don't want a kitschy wall. Yeah, the modern set's great. Like, it genuinely is like a good-looking set of furniture. Let me see it. I don't know if I have blue flooring, so I'm just gonna buy it. 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 It's just gonna happen. I'm just gonna buy it. Gonna sell all. I'm trying to get vaguely close to. Oh boy. Do I already have one of these? Hold on. See my catalog. I want to get, in case we decide to do that thing that I said before, with the, we need this leaf right now. My answers are at fault. Yes, you're correct. Inside the school. Oh, damn. So, yes, you're correct. You're correct. Your answers probably didn't take anybody's land. Or might have, but it might have been so long ago it doesn't count. I just saw the new leaf comment, and I'm just gonna let that sit there for a bit. That's a joke. That's a joke like Walrus or I would do. I'm gonna hold on to this leaf. This leaf is nice. I like the leaf. Don't get in trouble for watching this stream. They're gonna be like, all right, if you think this stream is so funny, why don't we put it up on the screen for the whole class to watch? And then somebody's gonna watch and be like, wow, this sucks. And my feelings will be hurt, is the gist of it. Oh my god. I don't know how that makes any sense in my brain. Yeah. I don't know what this Wii is. If I get put up on a projector, I'm gonna really like turn up the charm. Friday fish fry, baby. Walrus, it's Thursday. Walrus, it's Thursday. It's not even Friday. Do you know what day it is? I'm sorry. I should be nicer to you. You're sick. You'll swear more for me? Okay. Okay. Damn it. Can't get this one spot. Oh, shit. Our bridge is built. All right. I didn't ever check to make sure. Friday fish fry. Just more disappointment than expected. That's a handy bridge. Yeah. Indeed. Our dear Mayor Tortimer has built that for us with his bare turtle hands. His bare tortoise hands. Tonight's the Game Awards. Oh. Did I win? Did I win for least funny Game Awards joke? Oh boy. I guess I don't mind so long as you guys don't mind having to like babysit me whenever we do RuneScape. Because if you guys progress without me, that's fine. Because you had already done that one quest, the Spoopy House quest. I don't know why you decide to be mean to me like this live on Twitch, where everybody has to see. Especially when I have brand new museum paper for you. But anyway. Yeah, I don't mind if you progress, just because, like, otherwise you'll never get anything done, and you'll never play, and you'll have to have 5 accounts to be able to keep track of me. That's not very fair or interesting. There's no one new in town, right? Okay. Oh. It was in the dump. Todd Howard just extracted a part of the new Elder Scrolls and said, this doesn't really work with our current plan for what we're going to make a video game of. And then just threw it in the dump. Now museum, now you don't. I didn't see that one. That's real good. Red Dead 2 and God of War competing for best game of the year. I suppose good for those games. Question mark. I didn't play either of them. I saw parts of Red Dead. Oh yeah. Fucking ready for this fish day. Where's... Oh, the museum's up here. I missed it on account of the fact that I'm barely paying attention. It's that woman. Hello? Aurora, why are you hiding back here? You come here often? Baby? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Oh, man. Only from Walrus' stream? Yeah. Sorry, I thought I heard fuzz in the, I thought I heard signal noise. Donate an item. I honestly don't know if this is actually need to be donated or not. If he's gonna be like, who? Yes. Who, I say? A Sego Tail. Oh, I pocketed it, so obviously he needs it. I do love that before saying it's in the museum, he just shoves it in his pocket like, yeah, I'll take that. Friends from the whole game. Was it good? Was it enjoyable? Was it worth the asking price? Oh, look at this stego tail with the spikes on the end. Damn. Oh man, look at how fucking complete our museum on dinosaurs is already. Like pretty much entirely. Is it just those 2 games, or are the other contenders like not even close in terms of quality? And so it's just like whatever, who even cares? I don't know how the Game Awards works. As far as I understand it, they've changed the way it works like 5 or 6 times. Okay, let's go check out this new bridge. Feeling these meds. Ooh, I'm feeling it. He says. All right, let's go see this new bridge. New bridge. Oh boy, that's a killer bridge. That's a perfect bridge. Oh man, we're gonna get so much fishing done. You guys don't even know how much fishing is gonna get done. Let's just write us some museum letters. I gotta get this stuff out of my inventory. Yeah, well, like basic physics. It doesn't like... It's not responding. So the middle of it just sort of dips no matter where I am on the bridge. But it does wobble a little bit, which is pretty cute. This is badass! Look at these bridge physics! Yeah, so that's just awesome. Miles Strucker, just ignore that. Are we going to nominate Animal Crossing as Game of the Year 2018 for bridge physics to the Game Awards? Can we do that? I wish we could do that. That's the kind of shit I'd definitely do. Walrus over here advertising bridges. We've got the best bridges anyone's ever seen. By our bridges, they've got physics. Oh boy, it's at least more enjoyable. You want to know why? Didn't cost me anything in game. Changed the experience for the better. Portal 2 Bridge Builder and Animal Crossing Bridge Physics Game of the Year Award. Let's see let's see what, while we're over here, very easily thanks to our brand new bridge. So much Sebas, yeah. Let's talk to Sable. Oh, who can now be spoken to easily. Hashtag free Sable. That's gonna be. I'm gonna need to make that the title for one of these Animal Crossing streams one day. Is just hashtag free Sable. It does look pretty good. It looks pretty simple too, which is what is sort of impressive to me. Is like they managed to get the bridge to not only look like pretty good, but like believable. It's not just it's believable. It's cute. It's impressive looking, even though it's really simple. And that's all just good stuff. I need more bridge physics. Well, hang around, buddy boy. We're gonna be on that bridge off and on all fucking day. Until, like, 8. I'm gonna be calling this one kind of early. I have dinner plans tonight. So, we gotta get some Sebas dredged up out of this dang old place. I get the sense that you're just gonna PogChamp every time. Oh, thank you for the Oh my god. I was gonna say, I was in the middle of saying that you're gonna PogChamp. Thank you for the bits. You're gonna PogChamp every time we cross the bridge, I feel. I mean, I wouldn't call it a hot date. Probably not a hot date. I assume not a hot date. If it's a hot date, no one's informed me. Oh. Oh. I mean, I have lots of options here, Fish. You don't even need to fucking worry about it. I can just... Oh. Oh. A bridge physics counter on stream. I honestly have no idea how to do that, and I really don't want to try and figure it out right now. Oh, that's a good bridge. It's a solid bridge. A sturdy bridge. It's a mighty tree. Get that gold bad shit out of here. Oh, for the Game Awards? Tie-dye shirt and flannel shorts. God, flannel shorts is such a bad look. I would try to dress kind of nice. Probably. I don't know if the Game Awards are like fancy or if you dress... I don't know if it's like a black tie affair. Or if it's like a... I don't know if it's a black tie affair or if it's just dress up like formally. But I would definitely try to be, you know, presentable. If I were at the Game Awards, which I wouldn't be because I don't make video games. I just poorly commentate over them on Twitch. I just play them badly on the internet. Oh, bridge physics, Pog. Oh my god, all these fishing opportunities. This opens up the whole game for us. I would love for that to be a meme. Kind of like Kidney Island, where we just... It just sort of becomes a thing, but over the course of the did I want to keep this? I wanted to keep this, didn't I? Oh boy, I didn't put it in my house. I didn't put it in my house. Oh. I believe you, actually. Most solid meme of the series. I'm glad that you are. I'm glad you're hyped. It does look quite good. It's honestly one of the most well animated parts of the entire fucking game. Strangely enough. I guess because if they fucked it up, they would have to deal with it so much more often. Like, now, you know what's weird, though? I just realized we now have one of every kind of bridge in this town. We've got one stone bridge. We've got one, like, bridge that goes to an island and then across. It's like the dock here. And then we have one that's the suspension bridge. Is that the right term? So that's interesting. I find that curious. I was gonna say it'd be funny if like it just turned into a thing where like we cross Kidney Island and there's just Pog in chat, and they cross the bridge and there's just like double Pog in chat. Is there a metal one? I don't think there's any other kind of bridge. I don't know for a fact, but I've never seen any other kind of bridge other than this, other than like stone, this wood one right here, and then the dock ones that are up at the Kidney Stone. At Kidney Island. So, I've never seen any other iteration in this particular game. So I can't say for certain, but I have been playing this game for a long fucking time, so I assume that that's the deal. Oh man, that bridge has really just changed this whole fucking game. This whole fucking game is just altered. Oh, 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 oh. It's gonna be just a totally different situation from here on out with this fishing. All them's fishings, it's gonna be totally different. This is something that Maggie would yell at you at. For getting so hyped this fucking bridge. I mean, you seem genuinely excited about the bridge, so I do not want you to feel judged for this. Like, this is I'm glad you're excited. Fishing stream. Fishing stream. That's kind of how I feel. Oh. We're on our way. Are you ready? You ready for this? You fucking ready for this? Are you all ready? Are you ready for this? Oh, let's do it real slow this time. Oh, man. It is speed dependent. Look at that shit right there. Some fucking hot bridge action. Hot, slow bridge action. I would love for anybody who's never been here before to walk into this chat right now and be like, so what's going on here today? It's like, we got a new bridge and we're all super fucking hype about it. Don't do what to you? Tease you? Make it slow? You tease me so! You sultry harlot! I am but a comely wench who doth tease you in this way. This is the fucking weirdest chat. This might be, honestly, no, it's not. I can guarantee it's not. I was thinking, like, is this the weirdest chat we've ever had on this stream? It's like, nah, not even fucking close. Oh. You ready for this shit? You ready for this shit, Walrus? Okay, we're gonna do a little bridge cross. We're gonna do a little bridge cross because we need to fish from, oh no, can I not fish from the bridge? I might not be able to fish from the bridge. Oh, shit. Let's just find out. Let's just... Oh, I can fish from the bridge. I need you all to understand how hype Walrus is going to be whenever he just fucking catches up to this. Gah, gah. Oh, oh. I feel like you're exaggerating ever so slightly. I can't. I feel like you're exaggerating ever so slightly, but at the same time, I'm worried that you're not. Can I swear more? Please? I can't handle these bridge physics. These are great bridge physics. Why do you need me to swear more? Are you trying to get banned from class? Oh shit. I demand this to be highlighted. We're gonna need a bunch of clips and also a highlight of this. Oh man, gotta cross the bridge to get this fish. Banned from one specific class and only that class. I'm not gonna help you in this endeavor. I don't want to. Half hour? Okay. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. I'm not gonna help you get banned from a class. Gets the projector. Hello everyone, welcome to Bridge Day with Druid. Hold on, let me just Let's just change that title real quick to reflect what's actually happening right now. The highlight of your day so far. Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Oh man, you ready for this difficult fishing action? Oh. Oh, nope, didn't work. Oh, lots of Sebas. We gotta deal with the Sebas for a bit, but we're gonna make it through this. We're gonna get through this. Sorry, didn't mean to burp directly into the fucking microphone, like the grown up I am. Oh my god. Don't pass out. Do not hurt yourself over this bridge thing, like seriously. I actually was gifted a sub to another channel that I follow, and I have an emote that's just a leaf with a hype on it, and I kind of want to post it, but at the same time, like, I don't follow this channel like deeply enough to actually have deserved getting a sub. I don't know if you can hot potato gift subs. Come on. Oh. Oh, there we are. It's a snapper hype. Snapper right after bridge? Too good to be true. That's what I would always say. Goodbye, fish. I have a candle burning in here. It's straight up magical in this fucking room. Believe me. The fucking Christmas tree is lit. The fucking lamp is on. The fucking candle's lit. Am I swearing enough for you? Ah. Yeah. Pog. Oh. No. Get it out of here. Throw it back. Throw it back at the goddamn ocean. Fuck you. Fucking magical day. I sincerely hope no one can hear me. Because everyone's gonna get like, oh man, who's this crazy person that's talking out of Justice Fury? I assume that your real name is Justice Fury, by the way. Justice Fury's phone is playing this out loud, and there's lots of swear words, and I'm not certain what it is, but it feels, I don't know, weird. And I hope that a few of them are like, man, I sure do want to check out twitch.tv/Drewards, DREWARDS. Oh. Don't get banned from class on my behalf. I will actually feel bad. Oh. Oh no. We gotta just leave it at the one. If I was in school, people accepted that name, I'd invite my furry friend Phoenix. I would like to clarify to everybody before I ask this question that I'm not a furry, nor have I ever been a furry, nor will I ever be a furry. Oh, that's not nice. What is Phoenix's fursona? What kind of animal is Phoenix? Oh shit. Damn it. Try to act tough at you. Okay. Hello. How are you today? We're oh man, are you ready for this? Are you ready? Is it Bricklin or Breiklin or I don't know how to pronounce that first word. Forest. Bridge hype. Hit me with the pogs. Hit me with the pogs, Walrus. Where are you? Good. Good to hear. Oh no. I've missed a fish and now I'm lost forever. You missed this game? Yeah, it's a good one. We're getting a little too hype about this bridge that's just been built. So we're you know. There it is. Bryceland. Okay, thank you. I saw it and I was like, I don't know how to pronounce this name and I don't want to just try at it. The mad lad. There's distinct lack of bridge hype. Oh, man. I'm putting that squarely on your shoulders, Walrus. You are not getting people in here to get the bridge hype going. Oh. Oh, we're doing good with what we can. Oh, man. It's a fish day. It's a fish day. It's a bridge day, too. We're all just excited about all sorts of things right now. Especially... Right, Snapper. Oh, 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 oh. If Holland was here, it'd be straight up insane in this piece. Fair. Fair. There would be just... It would be just an absolute, like... I don't even know what words I would use. Oh, boy. Do I have to fish from the bridge? Let's see if we can fish next to this bridge. Gotta get this fish. Oh. Oh. I've never felt like I've had so many more options than I have right now with this brand new bridge right here. Sea bass is sea ass. That's the kind of joke I'd make, and you know what? I'm kind of glad that you beat me to it. Because if that one had occurred to me, I'd have felt terrible. Oh shit. Oh no. No. You actually spent all of your energy on this bridge hype? You just need a moment to recharge. You just need to take a moment. Just do some breathing. Do some breathing exercises. Do some yoga. Think on it real quick. Align your chakras. You gotta align your chakras. You got, yeah, I've missed a fish. So your chakras are, you've got 7 chakras. I don't know if you know this, Walrus. You've got 7 chakras. Oh my god. Yeah, go lie down. Align your chakras. You've got fire, water, earth, air, and then spirit, fish, and bridge. Those are your chakras, for those curious. So align all that. And once you're all aligned, get back in here. We can do some bridge hype. I do believe he actually exhausted himself with the bridge hype. Because I know him a little too well for that to be just a pure joke. That's definitely a real, like, bridge hype exhaustion. Which one's at the root? So the root of all things, the area just in front of your taint, right? So the way it's aligned is Earth is your root, followed by water, fish, bridge, fire, air, spirit. I might have actually listed them all in a not without forgetting one, which is what I expected. So yeah, Walrus has got it all over the place. He's got his bridge in his head space. He's got his fish in his hand space. Yeah, bridge hype exhaustion. And that effect of Dark Souls. You just like, you pass too many wooden bridges and you're just like, oh shit, oh shit. Or you like backtrack over the same wooden bridge too many times and you're like, oh no, oh no. And your character just like starts losing stamina, repeat like over the course of like however many seconds that it's in effect. And it's just like exclamation point, bridge hype exhaustion. Oh my lord. This is a hell of a stream right here. This is a hell of a stream. And we're only getting started. We're going till 7, baby. We're going to, oh, look at that snapper. Going to 7:30. We got all sorts of hours of fishing to do still. Oh, bridge hype. We were going till 8, but I did agree. I sort of misspoke. I made those plans to happen at 8. And so I don't want to be late for my plans, even though I was late to the stream, which is unprofessional of me, but you know. Bridge hype, am I right? Just got a hot date at Wendy's. Excuse you, I do have some class. It's gonna be at Applebee's. Oh boy. You're gonna be like, wow, that's so much worse that you just confirmed it. Look, a hot date is a hot date wherever it happens. Wendy's, Jack in the Box, Applebee's, Olive Garden, hot date no matter what. I'm gonna get there, like... At least at Wendy's, I can recommend the chicken nuggets. Olive Garden is good. I'm glad you said that, because I was like... They give wine samples. Ooh. Get her all tipsy. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Walrus would be just absolutely beside himself if he saw this right here. Oh no, it's just a Sebus. We catch a snapper from on the bridge. Oh my god. That clip will like fucking put him in a coma. Then you sound like a comic genius. I know you mean you in an impersonal way, but like I seem like a comic genius all the time. Everybody on Twitch tells me so. So does my mom. Oh boy. I do find it. I'm glad you agree with me that Olive Garden is good. I don't know if you mean on the food, though I do think their food is good. Olive Garden, I think it's a bad rap. Like, it's not fine dining or anything, but it's like pretty good. And you get quite a bit of food for a pretty reasonable price, so, you know. I just think that you could like, I just think that people shit on it because it's trendy, you know. It's like shitting on Guy Fieri. Fancy Italian as a joke. Oh my. That is a fair point, though, is that like most Italian food that we think of is meant to be like family style Italian that was like, oh, yeah, you right. Fucking real ass Tex-Mex is so goddamn good. And they're never fancy. They think bolo ties are fancy. And it's like, nah, that's not how fanciness works, my guys. My dudes. My peeps. I use addition. I'm just gonna use worse and worse and more dated phrases. Oh man. Is this gonna be the one? Is this gonna be the red snapper from the bridge? Oh, nope. It's not gonna be that because I messed it up. That's on me. That's on me. I wear my mistakes like a badge of honor. All 576 of them. I was actually thinking of a place in San Marcos that reminds me of that has really great Mexican food. And you know what? You're right. It does look it's quite a bit run down, and it does look like it's a surprise. I don't know. That's just beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm gonna have to remember that for the rest of my days, because that's a very accurate assessment. But, oh. I'm too close to the microphone, or something else. I don't know what you said. When you say close, I don't know what you mean. Oh, shit. Damn it. Geographically. Oh. I don't live in San Marcos anymore. But I used to. In my youth. In my youth. I did what everybody else who lived around there did. Got old and moved to the Dallas area. Oh yeah, I never did go to New Braunfels or Green and like engage in their German stuff. Though I probably should have. My viewer numbers are just dancing all over the damn place. I don't know what's going on right now. It's just like 7 to 3 to 2 to 10. It's like, why? What is happening? I've not had much German food. I feel like I should engage with my heritage. I say, acknowledging that that's not a thing. I haven't been German since my family hasn't really been German since like 1888, so I don't know why I would be like, oh man, engage with my heritage. Ooh, that might be accurate, unfortunately. Oof. That is a bad slogan. Oh, God. Oh, my God. That's almost certainly their actual town slogan. They probably don't mean it. Oh, they probably do. They almost certainly do mean it. It's like the worst thing to put on a billboard. There's a lot of things that were built or established in like 1864 or 61 or 65. And that's just a bad time to try and like reference right now in the current climate of the world. Oof. From what I understand, Green's all old folks, so they probably couldn't pull off a lynching. I say, hoping against hope that I might be correct. That's stress I don't need in my life. Fair. Absolutely reasonable. That might be the most white privileged thing you and I have ever said to each other. Yeah, exactly. That's why I sort of was... That's why it was like, oh, God, I hope against hope that that's true. But, yeah. I think that's the most white privileged thing ever is like, man, I don't want to stumble in mid-lynching. I don't need that kind of stress in my life. It's like, yeah, or potentially being killed if we weren't white. Oh, drama, you've walked into a very strange situation in chat. The fuck? Yeah. You keep doing this. You keep walking in just in time for me to say something really weird. Gotta realize. That's your fire chakra? I recognize it's kind of ironic, but, you know, that's terrible. I regret that joke immediately. That was fucking horrible. Jesus Christ. All right, we gotta drop this lynching thing before I say something I really regret. You have your phone. That's great. That's good news. Let's change the subject to your phone and this bridge. That's a quote. I'm glad you got your phone. Tell me the story of your phone being gotten, because I know that it was a whole thing about getting the phone yesterday, I think. Yes. And so I'm curious because you made it. The way it sounded was that it wasn't going to work out until like next week, which was not going to be convenient. So tell me, give me the skinny. Pour me the tea, as the kids say. We're ready to go back to Snook. Drama's a good luck charm. She walked right in. Suddenly, it's like, let the note on your door saying about Walgreens tonight. So you called them. I await the story. I must know. I must know of how it behaves, how it goes. I'd like to sell. That's good. Oof. Oh my god. You have to send that to Walrus via like whisper. So he can be like, "What did I miss?" For anybody. Oh yeah, it's so much worse. Before anybody gets the wrong idea about me, I do not agree with lynchings. I don't think they're funny. I just my brain just gets all sorts of crazy sometimes. I kind of let it go and I regret it almost every single time. So, yeah, no. Did these store? Okay, I wasn't certain what I was doing with all these. Luckily, I timestamped these. Cool. I like to add an item. I want to add this leaf parasol, leaf umbrella. So, now that I've stated my anti-lynching stance, a thing I did not think I'd have to do. Jesus. God damn. I'm a miracle of existence that I don't just like always end up perpetually getting banned from Twitch against the terms of service for saying extremely stupid things. Yeah, I know. I agree. It should be a given, but you know. You know what we live. You know where we live now. You know how shit is. You can't, you gotta state outright, like, by the way, I don't actually believe in this horrible thing that I might have made an extremely tasteless joke about. Jesus Christ. And also, for the record, I regret it immensely. I already regret the thing I said. Anyway. Well, I'm glad you've got your phone, Drama. That's definitely good news. I'm glad that that's happened easily for you, so that you don't have to, like, do a whole bunch of extra shit to get the thing that you paid for, and they should have just brought to your fucking door the first time. Ah, red snapper on the bridge. And you know what you can do? You can walk at the wall with the bridge. And it'll just wiggle a little bit. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You can't find your notebook with the stories you were writing? Oh, no. I'm sorry. Do you want help looking for it? What did it look like? Everybody look around your rooms and see if you can find Doc's notebook. You understand the charger? Is it a wireless charger? It works through induction, otherwise known as magic. Signed up for Dive Bar Shirt Club and decided as a running exercise I'd write a short story about how I got kicked out of every bar I got a shirt from. I don't know what Dive Bar Shirt Club is, but I do think that that is an interesting short story, and I would like to read it. Oh, do you still have that website you were working on a couple of years ago? I forget what it was called. I don't remember. They send you a t-shirt from a dive bar each month. My kind of thing. Probably not. There was a, I don't remember what it was. It was like, for whatever reason, Operation Splendido. Oh, is that Splendidio? There was, a different one that was like Cyberpunk Anarchist or something like that. Are the words that my brain keeps telling me, even though I don't think that those are correct at all. Dystopian Striptease, that's the one. Jeez, I wasn't even fucking close. Jesus Christ. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh no. No. I was close enough that you know what I meant. That's good. Nope, it's not gonna be it. Nope, it's gonna be a sea bass. Nope. I knew it. I knew it'd be a sea bass. Okay. I knew you were trying to get that set up whenever we were doing this back in 2016, but I couldn't remember if that... I obviously couldn't remember the name of it, so I couldn't have checked it. I didn't know what that ended up turning into. Oh. Nope, sea bass. You made a splash page for it that wasn't really work safe, which is problematic. I remember that splash page vaguely. I remember it being not safe for work, which yeah, not one of those things that makes it difficult to then like work on it at work or otherwise do. Oh, where's the fish? Here's the fish. I've never caught fish on this particular section of the map right here, because I usually would walk in, see no fish, and go, okay, no fish today, and then walk out. But now, with the power of bridge, I can catch sea bass that I couldn't see previously. So, that's a step forward. Question mark. How many more do I... Okay, I'm full. Good. Now it's time to catch the snap. To catch the snap. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. No. 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 Sea bass. Always a sea bass. It's always a sea bass. You wake up in the morning, you look over in the person next to you, and you think to yourself, gosh dang, how beautiful. They turn over, what are they, a sea bass? The person you thought it was a red snapper was a sea bass. In your bed. And it's implied that you had sex with them, even though you might not have, in order to comply with Hollywood code. I don't know what I'm talking about. No actual content in insane firewall rules. I don't know what insane firewall rules are defined as. Oh my god, this bridge is just so like... It's just so good looking. I just like walking on it. I just enjoy it. Is BBS bulletin board system? Oh, damn it. Damn it. You'd blocked everywhere, incoming traffic from everywhere except the US, Iceland, and Australia. Why? To what end? Were you just trying to see what you could get away with? Oh no. Alright. We're gonna keep fishing, because it's fish day. It's fish day. It's bridge day. It's fish day. Right. I had assumed that you just did it to see. I had assumed that you did it just to see what you could get away with doing on your own thing. Just like fuck it. No, nobody but anyone from America, Iceland, and Australia. But just, I guess the question is more of like, why those three and nowhere else? Writing a handful of inclusions with a drop all at the end. Okay, I see what you mean. It's kind of a funny way of doing it. It's like, all right, who do I want to keep? Iceland, America, Australia. Everybody else, fuck yourselves. You're gonna proxy. Proxy. What's the term? It's not FTP. Might be proxy. I don't remember anymore. I used to know things, but my brain has been spaced with proxy. Okay. I can never remember anything anymore. My brain has been filled with bridge hype, and now I can't remember all the things I once knew. I once knew the laws of thermodynamics, but now when I look in my brain files for my laws of thermodynamics, what do I find? Bridge hype. Bridge hype and nothing else. Just bridge hype. All day, all night, all evening, all weekend. Bridge hype. 24/7 bridge hype. I'll be honest with everybody here. I had kind of hoped, though I didn't think it would work, that there'd be a bridge right here connecting the lighthouse to the tree. Which would be nonsense and super dumb and not even useful, but it would look really cool, and that was what I wanted out of life. All I do in Animal Crossing is to look cool. I do everything in this game with the intention of looking good, looking fly. That's all I really want out of life. Oh, I see. trying to figure out some kind of system to get. I'm trying to think of a way to get my setup here that I have to, you know, not be stupid or terrible in terms of monitors. And I'm trying to figure out how I would go about doing that such that my game output is my main monitor, and then everything else is my other monitors, because I have 4 here that I don't need. I don't ever use the 4th one as a monitor. It's currently the game output, but it's small, and that seems like an inefficient use of my... Oh. That was miraculous. An inefficient use of my resources. So I'm trying to figure out... You're really popular in Russia right now. Oh, boy. Yeah. Back in the days when that actually was like... it really emphasizes things to, like, remember that this happened when I was on Twitch in 2016. So, you know, that's cool. You're really popular in Russia right now. Oh, cool. Awesome news to remember that. Those dang old Russians. Can never keep them out. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I gotta figure out some system to get this, monitor thing to work differently for me. Because I would prefer to have it, output to my main monitor, and then just disable that whenever I'm doing, console games, and re-enable it whenever I'm doing other stuff. But that might be more trouble than it's worth. But you want the terminal prompt on your laptop to say? You can get it to do that? Give it to me, Daddy. Terrible. It does seem a little creepy. Especially in that weird, like, voice I gave it. My laptop's not a slut, and if your laptop was a slut, that would be fine. Just so we're all on the same page here. We don't slut shame or furry shame on this Twitch stream for reasons... You've got your Wi-Fi password for a second? I do love that, like, you keep going back in just to hear shit like... Yeah. I think, like, the reason why I don't get on the furry shame bus is just that, like, they genuinely don't seem any worse than any other large internet entity out there. And so painting with broad strokes like that seems mean. And, like, I've seen furries who seem like really swell people, and I feel bad. Like, I would feel bad if I was like, furries, gross, and considering, like, all the shit on the internet that's already, like, its own gross thing. There's far grosser stuff than people in fursuits hanging out at fur conventions. I understand they yiff. I don't need anyone to tell me this. However, they don't usually do that in public as far as I know. Oh. Oh. This really has been a fucking hell of a stream here. Just all sorts of fucking terrible, unfunny shit said by me. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. No. Nope. Stop emailing me. Stop emailing me asking me for my contributions. I should stop letting emails come to me that are like, Drew, please give us $5. It's like, God damn it. You know I want to, but I don't have $5 to give you right now. Freepress.net or whatever the group is. I don't think it's freepress.net. But, at least the NRA has decency to send paper. Oh, Lord. Why is it? Oh, I was about to say, why is it that the NRA and the GOP always send paper mailings? And I was like, wait a minute. I know. Because their target audiences prefer paper mail to email by a long shot. That is a good point. They give you all sorts of shit, and they're like, don't you want to sign up? And it's like, oh, man, no. And I don't want any of this crap you gave me, NRA. But thank you for spending your money on this, as opposed to lobbying Congress. I'm glad you found my time and effort worth trying to spend your money on. Who else does that? Oh, alumni associations the same way. They'll always send you, like... Yeah, exactly. Alumni associations feel like the same thing, where they send you, like, a big packet full of, like... My mom gets them. I'm not an alumnus of anything. But, they send you packets with, like, return address stickers that have your name and everything on them. And, like a little university logo in the top left. And they give you, like a little notepad and some stickers and stuff like that. And that's always cute. And then they're like, please send us $100. And it's like, that's even cuter that you think I would give you $100 having already paid you all the money I paid you years ago. It's like, it's genuinely that John Mulaney joke about, I gave you $120,000 and you spent it already? It's like, yeah, that's the feeling. Oh man, I love pulling fish from within the ground. It's my favorite thing. I love reading the Republican mailings that are like surveys about you as a Republican voter. Please tell us your feelings as a registered Republican. And we'll put logos on stuff. Oh. And then they send you free promotional shit forever. Huh. I will think on that one. I'll keep that in my brain space. I'll make sure that the bridge hype doesn't replace that thought process. But there was something I was going to say about something. I don't remember what it was anymore. Oh, the Republican mailings are always the funniest ones because they ask really weighted questions. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you disagree with what the liberal Democrats are doing in office? And it's like 1 is like, disagree very strongly, and like 10 is like, I'll hunt them down myself if given the chance. It's like, what? This is how you mail things? It's like, this is the most bizarre shit in the universe. But I assume they do that because they get it back and it's always labeled with like 5. Lock them up. Lock them up. I never get the Democrat ones because no one here is a registered Democrat. Because registering with a party is so 1972. I don't know what I'm talking about in regards to years. I just say things. I think my mom registered as a Trey Gauche. I think my mom registered as a Republican to vote against somebody in a primary, and they will not stop sending her things as a result. She is not a Republican. She just did it to not have somebody win the primary. My pockets are full of fish. Tasty, delicious, good-selling fish to pay off all my debts with. I'm gonna be so rich at the end of this fish day. I don't know how much we're gonna spend in terms of spending the Nook. We're gonna spend quite a bit of cash. Everyone's gonna be really proud of me and how much money I made today. I just want everybody to know that. So that you can, you know, deal with it. Nope. I hit the A button too soon. As is my way of being. I hit the A button way too soon. Oh, come on. There we go. We're gonna get that good 5 p.m. music soon. Oh. Let it go. Get rid of it. I don't want it. I want it gone. I want it thrown back into the rivers for the other fish to eat and kill. I want a shark to eat it instead. Oh no. Damn it. That was me. That was my bad. That was me being bad at this game. I'm sorry. The bridge hype replaced my ability to fish. Oh no. What? Why did you turn? Why did you turn away from me? Turn around, Bright Eyes. I might do some. I'm just my whole thing this week has just been thrown into disarray. My whole plan for this week has been thrown in disarray. I had a whole different plan for how this week was going to go, game-wise, and it's just gone all. Every now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight. Finally, my scratchy, terrible voice can be used in service of Bonnie Tyler's scratchy, awesome voice. That's so much better than my own. Anyway. There was something I was thinking of, and I don't know what it was anymore. Oh, yeah, I had a whole plan for this week's games, and it just got fucking blendered. On account of my, like, decision to just be like, alright, never announce games till the day of, and then also take it back, just in case you feel like it. Which is really not a good way of doing things. But thankfully, I know that if there's one phrase that will allow people that follow me to be like, oh yeah, it's time. It's fish day. As long as I change to fish day every time, it's always going to be accepted. Oh. Sebas. Get out of here, sea bass. No one likes you. No one even likes you. Up. Yeah, there it is. I can sense it. I can feel it in my bones. There it is. We're going to be able to go to the bank, mail some letters. Oh, shit. This next time, we're going to have to go sell some red snapper. Oh, that bridge is just very good. Oh. The, sell some fish to the Nook. To the Tomanook. Then, go to the post office, pay off some debts, send some letters, go to the police station, steal some things from the police, ACAB, and then we go on to, you know, catch more fish. That's a cycle here. I want a Pepsi. I want a Peepus. I have a can of Ski, which is a soda from Indiana, apparently, that I have yet to drink and that I've had for months and probably isn't even good anymore. I still kind of want to try it because it's supposed to be like lemon orange or something like that. Let me... Alright. So I have an original Ski authentic citrus soda since 1956. There's no date where, like, I would get a sense of if it's going to expire ever. Like, the thing on the bottom doesn't have any words that would make any sense to me. It says 8132EV0539. I don't know if that means anything to anybody or what. But it certainly does not indicate to me that it is a, During a transfer. Yay, yay. Good, good, good. Well, I'm just reading the contents of I'm just reading the copy on a can of Ski, out loud on stream. So, that's what I'm doing right now. There's actually a note on here that I find really funny, which is, it is normal for a small amount of fruit pulp to be seen due to the presence of real lemon and orange juices. Ski like SKI. Yeah, SKI, like the thing you would do with the poles and the planks in the ground. Yeah, that's how skiing is described. That's the way to describe it. That's how people describe skiing. Clearly. That's how one would describe skiing. Oh. 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 It's a Sebus. It's a Sebus. Oh. Oh, 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 up, 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 up. Now my brain's just going on a thought process about, like, the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo 3DS, and, like, how much the 3DS is gonna stick around. Can we do some game talk? Can I talk about industry things and ask questions that people will Google for me because I'm lazy? That's a good beepus. Because I'm curious if Nintendo's going to try and continue to do 3DS stuff now that the Switch is a thing. And, like, I find that like they probably aren't. I think they're not because I think I heard they're not. You found VHS shit? What does that mean? On the internet? Or please elaborate. When in your Google search about the 3DS or something else? About Ski Cola. Not cola, it's a soda. It's a citrus soda. But, I don't know. I was thinking about in my brain space. There was, other things entirely? Okay. Were you looking around for your notebook? Is that why you found VHS stuff? Collections of weird VHS tapes. I was thinking about like how there was an issue I remember years ago now regarding the PS Vita and its lack of support. And the reason was because it was too powerful as a portable system for third-party developers to develop for the console, given its ability to render stuff and therefore the ability to compete with other games on the console, even though there were hardly any other games. At the same time, it was difficult for them to compete because of that like extra power, and therefore the expectation that any developer using the Vita would develop for that particular power. And this was a trap 3DS avoid falling into, as far as I understand it. But I find it interesting then that the Switch kind of like works around this idea by like creating a console that is powerful enough to be a home console, but is also portable. So essentially a developer can go all out and make a modern game that can run on an Xbox One, a PS4, or a Switch. And that like power allows them to avoid having to make more than one game. Like Hyrule Warriors had the Wii U version and the 3DS version, or Smash had the Wii U version and the 3DS version. This completely subverts that by creating one console that is both portable and home console. And then you have just the ability to, continue developing for one thing and getting both markets. It's just a very good subversion of that situation in a way that I find impressive. Oop. Oop. Oh. I need to look into 3DS capture systems more. I had a revelation that I didn't share with Walrus because I had it like either today or like last night when I was supposed to be sleeping, and he would have yelled at me for being awake. But the revelation, for those curious, I can't guarantee anyone is, essentially was that like if I were to get a 3DS capture system for the stream, I could potentially buy Game Boy games with the Virtual Console as opposed to emulating them. And that would make me feel a lot better about doing so. And it would also mean that I could have one system that had red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, crystal, all of it. And then also do the DS games and also do the 3DS games and not have any like real issue with attempting to run those or trying to emulate them, because the emulator works all right for the silver stuff because it with a couple of, with some audio glitches that people have noticed, obviously. But it's just sort of, I don't like doing that. I don't feel like that's a very, you know, sustainable thing, and I find it kind of bad overall. But I think it would be better to have a way to do it legally, but also just like it would produce better quality. So, of course, it would be expensive, and that would be frustrating. But I recall there being 2 options for that sort of thing, but I do not recall what they were. I'll have to look into it again. It's been a while. But I don't know. That's something that I'm interested in, because I think that would be more interesting. I think of the options of like spending money on, if I'm going to be spending money on anything, I think a Switch is the best option. If that can be, you know, once that's out of the way, I think that between a Wii U and like setting up for a capture system for a 3DS, it would be better to do the capture system for the 3DS, and have all the games I currently have available to me, as well as others I can get my hands on. But then there's, you know, a couple other layers that benefit that. So I don't know. It's on my mind. Ways to improve the stream and what like options I could look into to get like, because I've thought about also doing those an NES Classic or a Super Nintendo Classic that have like 20 games on them. And I could emulate those, sure, but it would be a little bit, I would feel a little bit more secure in my own life if I purchased them legally and then could, rather than just going, okay, I want to do this game and having to get a good emulator and a good version. I have just an entire package full of all sorts of stuff. So, I don't know. It's on my mind. And obviously, recommendations are always welcome. I'm probably going to spend tomorrow doing BioShock. Because I wanted to do it today, but I kind of woke up today and I wasn't feeling great as far as like, you know, wanting to do a kind of dreary, dark, sad, morally questionable game versus doing like a fish day with our new bridge, which we've all enjoyed as far as I can tell. So that to me has been a better choice. I know. I genuinely do intend to do it soon. I'm almost certainly going to do it tomorrow. I don't intend to tease with BioShock. It's one of those things that, like, I don't know. I do feel a little bit sad that I teased it and then didn't do it. Okay. Get the phone set up right and not mess it up. Yeah, that's fair. No, you don't need to hang out and chat if you're focusing on something else. Like, I didn't know if I didn't know who all was here still. We got another couple hours of fishing to do, so by no means do you need to rush through your phone process to engage with the fish. Get down with the fishness? Question mark. I'm trying to think about what I'm gonna do next week for games. I honestly am probably gonna stop like teasing games before they happen, just because I'm too wishy-washy as a human being to like say, because my list of stuff for this week was totally different than how it's all worked out. And I didn't want to, like, I just really should not tease stuff if I'm not going to deliver on it consistently. So, the neighbors hate you? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that they keep calling you fat and, like, telling you you've been gone for years. Giving you a whole thing about how you've gained X number of pounds, which is just not very nice. The Sharp microwave cooking video cooking. One called you fish food. What? I don't know what this thing... I don't know if you've written this or if this is like an actual description you've gotten, but like, I think you wrote it because of the phrase, now the thought of a microwave cooked chicken makes us gag, like God intended. It's fucking ridiculous. So this is the stuff you're finding on the VHS, that's a description of one of these tapes. That's amazing. Where are you finding this? Is this like on a, are you just like browsing eBay or Craigslist or something? Or are you like on a particular like video, like a VHS site? Ooh. Fucking microwaves. That's funny as shit. Oh my god. There are also VHS was like, shall we say, an archive of such things. Yeah, for whatever reason, like, I guess because home video was like a whole thing and people wanted something to watch in their home video player, even though there weren't like, you know, tons of movies. And they like, just that, I've always found it fascinating, the cottage industry that popped up of like random people trying to make a VHS that was instructional enough or interesting enough or whatever to like gain widespread attention. Apparently still making VHS until 2017. I mean, someone has to. You know, God forbid we lose out on the art. Like, I don't know. It's. So here's my thing. You ready for my thing? A lot of people who are like musicians who are audiophiles care about using like analog tape to record their music. And while I don't necessarily agree that like that's like a export your computer to RCA, you totally put it on VHS tapes, right? But while I wouldn't do it myself, I definitely understand why they like it more. I'd rather they have the ability to do so. But if tape manufacturers all go out of business, then there's no way to do it. You just can't continue to make, you know. If tape manufacturers all go out of business, then there's just no way to do it anymore. And that's sort of a sad loss in a way. It would be like if books just stopped being a thing. And it was like, oh, well, books are expensive. Physical books are expensive, and it's easier and cheaper for all publishers to just do ebooks only. So we even, as an industry, have decided to just stop doing physical books. It would be heartbreaking. It'd be weird. And so, obviously, that's a huge exaggeration relative to the analog tape situation. But it you know, it does feel a little bit like I do want them to have the option to do it. I think that the artists should have the ability to use tape if they want to. And like VHS is weird. It's got this like really charming quality to like how tapes look. Like VHS glitches are charming. I can't describe them as anything else. They're always like this weird, unintended problem, but they're like just interesting. VHS's glitch in the weirdest ways, and I find it really like actually enjoyable, as opposed to other stuff glitching, which is just annoying. So I don't know. There's a Hbomberguy video on VHS. I think it's part of a larger series called Scanline, that he's only put one episode into, so no idea what to think about that. But I don't know. It's about like the history of the VHS tape and like its existence and all of that stuff. And I find it like genuinely enjoyable. It's like a love letter to VHS tapes, which is a weird thing to describe as being great, but it is. It's genuinely genuinely good. Much like the what's it called? Much like Strong Bad Emails, genuinely good. Oh god, this arm is sore. Yoga beginners class 2. Or is it yoga beginners class? I was given this taped. Okay. So there's no cover or tape scan. Another fucking yoga video. Damn. Oh, come on. Oh. Wasn't even worth it. Gotta align your chakras. The 7 chakras, we all know. Earth, water, fish, bridge, fire, air, and spirit. As we all know, the 7 chakras. Puppet Jesus died for our puppet sins. Jesus Christ. That's amazing. I love that. Twitch doesn't recognize line breaks. Okay. I didn't think it would. Sarah Groen's Christian puppets. You saying you need to pay for a fee? Like the Fluffy. I don't know what you're doing. Are you doing a transfer through your computer or... That does sound weird. How are you transferring and through like what's giving you this message that you need to pay for something? I go straight to tech support mode whenever somebody says something like, "Oh, this thing's not working." After you activated your phone? Oh. It's saying there's an activation fee, or... Huh. That's... I thought that was usually covered by, like, the phone purchase. And you wouldn't have to pay that separately once you have the phone. Jesus Christ. They insist none of the horses had to be shot afterwards. Oh my God. That is unnecessary. Oh. It's a frightening prospect that the horses, like... I don't know. That's a very particular phrasing. They insist. The rider doesn't believe it and doesn't want you to believe it either. A lot of times if you buy the phone right there and have it, and they have it on hand and they give it to you, then they transfer all the stuff for you right there. But they, she got it through the mail, so they're, my assumption would be that as long as the SIM has been transferred properly, you're gonna need more disk space. No shit. Yeah. It's I don't know. Phones are a gigantic pain in the ass now. They probably always have been to some extent, but like the whole transfer portion is always super like questionable. Oh my God. Including and especially castration. Including and especially beef castration. Terrible. I'm just adding the and especially just because it's in the tone of the writing. Now I'm curious. Now that I'm sitting here playing a game and thinking about it, where the term bear and bull market originated. Like, who coined the term and what was their reasoning? Here's a video to keep kids quiet for an hour and a half. For half an hour. Oh my God. There's only like 4 more volumes to go through. Jesus, you've stumbled into a forbidden archive of all sorts of VHS shit. I assume dramas. I would say call them, but I don't know if the phone's working yet. So I assume like figure some way to get in touch with the phone people and be like, hey, what the fuck? Which, of course, the IVR would be like, I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you just said. Please repeat it. Irish karaoke. Someone thought this would sell. Someone thought. When you say Irish, is it like Irish folk songs, or is it like songs that are in Irish Gaelic and so you have to like know Irish to speak them, to sing them, to karaokeify them? Oh, bleh. Nope, sea bass. I know it. I can tell whenever I catch them now if it's a sea bass or not. Oh no, I mean I assume that yes, that's fair. I assumed that they were only like a couple of, that this was all you were given. I was not trying to imply that it was that you had the answers for me as to what was there. It was more of a genuine question of confusion. I assume that you and I have the exact same amount of information here of these descriptions. Are you downloading these, or are these like available online as like .mp4s, or like what are you just looking at, or can you just buy the tapes themselves? I'm now curious how this site works, because you said you need more disk space, so I assume you can just download these fucking videos. They're in packs to download. Okay. Okay, we're all good? Good. Good to hear. The last thing you need is more fucking problems with your phone. Last thing anyone needs is more problems with their phone. That really would be like a terrible thing to wish on someone you dislike. Just like, I hope, just like, who's a person that I could feasibly hate and not get Twitch angry at me? Pete Hines. There we go. I hope Pete Hines has like consistent issues backing up and restoring his phone from iCloud that always work out but make him really scared for like 2 hours each time. Parenting that works. Videotape seminars are probably the most boring thing in the entire world. I'm pretty sure in hell it's not. Oh my god. I can only imagine that they're like the worst thing ever when they're on VHS. Because like nobody understood the like home video recording setup yet. So like it was even more low budget than like low budget YouTube videos now. Sorry, man. This is forbidden information. Talking about how to get in touch with your bridge chakra. Yeah, that's what's going on here. Oh, come on. Come on. Stress and humor seminar to incredibly true people who make me want to kill myself. Teach you how to be forcefully funny. Oh my god. Oh boy. This pack's full of, you are right. This pack is full of good ones. Successful dressage? No fucking way. There is no more niche product than dressage VHS tape. This sold better than unsuccessful dressage, I assume. Oh my god. God, that really is like, that is the most niche thing I could ever think to actually try and create, is a VHS dressage like tape. Instructional video. Yoga conditioning for weight loss. I've run out of things to say. Fair. You know, if you had to do as many yoga VHS tapes as this guy or other person as this individual has had to describe, god damn, you'd be just absolutely exhausted by it too. Just like, yoga. It's yoga. You all know what you're getting with yoga tapes. I would love to swap. I'd love to swap out for a Sebus. Move on with my life. Oh. I failed this fish. Oh. 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 Nope, sea bass. Oh, okay. A cheat sheet and a sticker to put on your phone. I'm assuming what they mean is, presumably what they mean in that description of the sticker on the shrink wrap is like, if you use these first aid tips and someone dies, don't sue this thrift shop who sold you this VHS tape. Is what I assume that means. Though really, there's a lot of angles to approach that from. How to carve great faces for Halloween. Pumpkin. I know it's late, but here's your gruff dad carving pumpkins. You know it's quality when they use EP mode. I don't know what EP mode is. Can someone who knows about VHS tapes tell me what EP mode is? Extended play? Okay. I guessed it right as you were saying it. Oh, thank you for the host, Vanilla Biscotti. That's a great name. I genuinely enjoy that name. Ugh. And for anyone who can now see me through the power of hosting, welcome to possibly the most niche stream that like I can possibly do. SP a tape runs an hour, EP runs 2 hours, and SLP runs 4 hours. Is SLP like standard long play? Welcome discussions about VHS tapes that no one can get a hold. Well, actually, apparently they're on an archive somewhere you can get a hold of. Super long play. Okay. VHS, they were like really trying to make the acronyms accessible. Snapper. Good for me. We're also doing fishing, talking about your chakras, and bridge hype. These are the things that have happened today. Chakras, bridge hype, fishing. Ah, Keg's back. Welcome back, Keg. Have you been gone long enough that you did not know about the keg we have in our basement in honor of you? We didn't get it because we realized that you were gone because we're not very good at our observant. But we got it because we saw a keg and it was like, for a Keginator. And I was like, well, now I gotta get it. It's next to a barrel of industrial waste. So take that with a grain of salt. Where did you go, Keg? I know that I'm kind of the last person who gets the right to ask you where you went or why you left us. However, I would like to know, just for personal reasons. Just because I want to know. I want to know what people are doing. At a coffee shop with a bunch of actors one night. Also served one female cast members. One. I was going to go if that was red or white. Oh no. Oh, I had to think for a second, like, what? Oh no. Red or white? No, Biscotti's a cookie, my good man. My good sir. Larry Anderson Jaw Droppers Volume 1. Magic. Oh, Magic VHS tapes are a very particular favorite of mine. I've never, because I've watched some Best of the Worst in my day. I think it's an enjoyable show. And Magic VHS tapes have this particular, like, tone and feeling to them that's just very, like, wow, cool, this is super awkward and I wish it didn't exist. Oh, Microsoft Windows 98. That's a thing you can learn. Advanced Internet and Email Technology. Are you ready for some Advanced Internet Explorer 4? What would they I'm super curious what they would teach you in an Advanced Internet Explorer course via VHS. Like, are they just going to teach you, like, all the Boolean operators to use when you search for keywords on Yahoo? It was 98. Just school stuff? Oh, yeah, that's fair. That happens. I'm glad that you're actually doing your school stuff. I do see why you need more disk space. I'm glad that you're actually focusing on your studies. Unlike me, when I was in high school, where I just fucking blew it all off and, you know, didn't really do a good job. Like a fool. Focus on your studies, kids. Don't be an idiot like me. You'll always be better off if you just learn from my mistakes. All 200,000 of them. I'm trying to think of what the first mistake I ever made in my entire life was. I can't think of it, but I know what some of the most recent ones are, because there's like 5 that have happened today. Obsidian is announcing their next game at the Game Awards tonight. Ooh. I was gonna say In Before Being Born is the answer, but I thought that might be, I don't know. I was hoping that it wasn't gonna be put in chat because it was kind of obvious. What's the first mistake I made? Being born? Not my choice. I didn't choose to do that. Really, that's my parents' mistake. So, can you really fault me for it? That's everyone's first mistake. Is it a simultaneous mistake to be born and to give birth? Like, is it a mistake for the child and the adult? Are we describing original sin right now? I feel like we're describing... Oh, yeah, that's a fair point. I'm now thinking, like, this is pretty much what original sin was. It's like, original sin. Your first sin was being born. You gotta undo that one. So then you can be clean so that Jesus will love you. And he'll forgive the rest of your sins as long as you say that you regret them. And you say, like, I'm sorry to Jesus a bunch of times. And his mom. I've just summarized the Catholic faith pretty, like, not thoroughly, but succinctly. And in this day and age, it's all about being succinct. Oh, but, up, Sebas. Doop, 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 doop. Getting fucking booted out of Applebee's by my cheap-ass friend who's like, oh, yeah, we have a coupon to IHOP. It's like, IHOP doesn't have fish and chips, Nicholas. It wasn't a random... Oh, man. I'm like, actually kind of grumpy about this attempt to use... As though they're even comparable. Fucking IHOP. I don't want pancakes or eggs. Actually, I could go for eggs. But I don't want that right now. I wanted fish and chips. Fish and chisps. Oh. Oh. Nope. 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 Oh, man. I guess it'll be good that I'm not going late tonight if the Game Awards are happening. People are going to be, like, watching the Game Awards. They're probably watching that right now, too. In which case, if I win Prettiest Princess, I want everyone to know that I'm too good for the Game Awards. Space sci-fi RPG in the vein of original Fallout games aesthetically, but we don't know if it's isometric or something more modern yet similar to New Vegas. Okay. That sounds interesting. I think I heard something about a sci-fi RPG from Obsidian, but I don't remember. My brain doesn't store things good. Hopefully it turns out good. I assume they're announcing it and that they're going to spend a couple years working on it before they, like, release it. You know, like a developer would. I thought that correct me if I'm wrong on this. I thought that a couple of the guys who had made New Vegas, had left the studio. Chris Avellone in particular. Oh, why is this? I don't know. Okay, I was like, I don't know what part of this has, like, pissed off Automod. Because I was trying to figure out, like, what part of this is not going to be okay before I just posted it. How dare you question? I'm not questioning, I'm more of, like, curious. I assume it'll be fine, but New Vegas was made by Chris Avellone and his writing as a head writer. So there's a twinge of doubt in me. There's a grain of salt. Bethel Christian Center 40th anniversary celebrations held in Whyalla on 15th and 16th of September 2001. 4.5 hour tape? Oh my god. Talk about super long play. Somehow the worst. Oh boy. Oh man, I don't even want to touch this. I don't even want to touch the 9/11 stuff with a 10-foot pole. British bird dog basics. Dog training. Learn how to teach a dog to point at birds. Good dog. Still have Tim Kaine. I don't know who Tim Kaine is, but I believe you if Tim Kaine matters. I assume Obsidian's a good studio still. I don't assume that one person leaves and suddenly it's like, welp, there goes all the talent out the door. It's just one of those things like there's a reason to be at least slightly skeptical and not just be like, oh, well, this studio made New Vegas, ergo, this studio will make another good video game, just like New Vegas, if the head writer who wrote New Vegas is gone. There's a picture of what I think is a collie pointing at a bunch of geese. Which part are you not sure of? Are you not sure of the collie? Are you not sure of the geese? Are you not sure of the point? Or are you not sure of any of it because the picture quality is so bad? All of these are valid options. I'm just, I want to get the picture in my mind, in my brain space. And maybe use other dog and ducks? Okay. Okay, if this is going where I think this is going, I genuinely will remove your VIP and time you out. Don't test me. I'm not doing this Pokophilia shit anymore. That's just a fucking truth. I don't want to put things into the fucking rules like no Pokophilia, no slut shaming. Surely it wasn't like it was all hugs and beers when they got there. Fair point. It probably was pretty weird. Apparently it was implied in the first game. Okay. Well, thank you for making it not Pokophilia. I thought it was implied in the first game that, like, Pokemon were a totally new thing to this otherwise, like, existing world and economy. And, it, like, totally changed the whole world, it seemed. Oh, that's my favorite kind of, that's my other kind of video, is doomsday predictions that don't work out. I don't know the lore of how Pokemon arrived in the Pokemon world. I think that they retconned the idea of Pokemon being like wild creatures because they were supposed to be wild in the first game, and then they changed that later on, I think. Right, and they've implied a lot of weird stuff about like the genetic marker of Pokemon and also like a god Pokemon, but then... And there really isn't a way to explain how, like, humans and Pokemon coexist, and there are Pokemon that control time and space, but humans can control them. Yeah, it's just weird. It's a weird, like, the lore is kind of a mess. As in most things I enjoy, the lore is kind of a mess. Though, of course, if it weren't for messy lore, what do I do all day? Fish? Function? Chris did leave in 2015. Okay. That's what I thought, but I didn't know where he went, and I remember reading that in like a Tumblr comment, so I didn't want to present it as fact without like having somebody confirm it for me. Where did he go to? Do you have any idea? Did he go and has he made another game at all recently? Because I would be really interested in knowing what like game Chris made. Nostradamus predictions. This fucking EP mode tape gave me problems. Oh, I guess in just removing it? Conflict of ancient Pokemon times? Almost certainly. I have a video in my watch later on YouTube about like how dogs, you have no idea what kind of problems. There is absolutely no other description. That's amazing. Yeah, he doesn't explain like if it gave him mental problems or heart problems or what. This gave me scan problems and heart palpitations. Oh no, did I dot frames? No, I didn't. Good. But I have a video on my YouTube watch later about like how dogs were raised in ancient Rome. Cause like that shit's crazy to think about, that we've just had dogs this entire goddamn time. But like, how did dogs work before like, how did pets work back in ancient times? Just generally. Because obviously there were horses and elephants that were trained. But like and obviously cats have been around forever because Egyptians had them. They were all wolves. Thanks. But, I don't know. It's just like freelance working in a lot of different roles in a lot of different studios. That's good. That's fun. They figured out these weird big things left food. I read something about, sorry, I read weird big things. No, I've been following it equally as long. You would think that they would have fucking established some of this shit by now, but they really just sort of dance around it. I think because they've painted themselves in a corner. Like I said, there's Pokemon that have like the powers of gods to like manipulate time and space and like create Asharian worlds and non-Euclidean universes. And like that brought about the actual existence of the entire universe, but we can catch them and use them in battle. And it's like, how does that make any goddamn sense? How could you make that make sense? The world got too close and found out that getting scratched behind the ears was quite nice, and it was all over from that point on. Yeah, and then before you know it, we had wiener dogs. Yeah. I guess this is one of those things of like, I find, this is one of those things I've always been like, how did like, because, you know, we live in a world of microchips and vaccines and all sorts of stuff. Pokemon series better than it does, and they're containing it all. Yeah. So it's just weird to think about, like, yeah, that's why they're badger dogs. They're badger hounds. But we don't hunt badgers anymore in America, so we have wiener dogs still that are just cute. And I enjoy their faces. They got good faces. They got good barrel chests. They got big old pawsies up front. They're very cute. I heart wiener dogs. I love them so much. what I was getting at was like, I know that in like the phrase "raining cats and dogs," right? Apparently arose. Oh yes, that good little tail. The tail that's so powerful it shakes their entire back half. And they're just like, oh, they're so excited. Good doggies. I know that in like, okay, Raining Cats and Dogs, I think, this might be apocryphal. I don't actually know. But apparently the origin came from when thatched roofs existed. And you could, and potentially cats and dogs would get up there on your roof. And if it rained too hard, the mud would like melt and they would fall through the goddamn roof. Though they would like, apparently, they would exist, the dogs and everybody would like just shit in the house, but they would eat like all sorts of stuff. Oh, you actually explained this. Okay, cool. Kind of parasitically with them taking our scraps, and then they bonded with us and started to stick around joining our packs independently since it was a better deal than being out in the wild. Hello, Captain Cricket Bug. Taking an anthropology class. I'm glad somebody is. I read something recently about, like, what's it called? Domesticated foxes. And how a bunch of the traits that, like, involve, that you would get in domesticated animals. So, like, foxes have different tails when they're domesticated, and their ears are floppy. And that's, like, a thing that dogs had happen to them thousands of years ago when they were being domesticated. But I don't know. Foxes are pretty good dogs. They're canines, so, you know. Canis vulpus, I believe. Or some such thing. Science went fucking wild. Yeah. Nope. Wait, hold on. Let's not get our hopes. They got, like, radar and shit. Like, when you say radar, do you mean for rabbits or for submarines? I assume rabbits, but I will accept submarines as an option. And night vision. Damn. Yes! Oh my god. It's like the, wasn't there a, God, now I'm just saying things I read on the internet one time that I don't know the truth of. Wasn't there like a whole radar problem in like Sweden or something where there were like nervous fish farting en masse, would like set off the radar prematurely, and so in a way it kind of worked because if a submarine was nearby, it would set off the fish farts. They can find heat trails in snow. That's why they do that weird pouncing thing down in the snow. Do you mean that adorable pouncing thing down into snow? They know where the meat is. That was one of the first things humans actually investigated after being involved in the sapiens we are now. I need to learn more about anthropology. That's the kind of shit I'm all the fuck about. Oh! It's a snapper. We're done with the snapper right now. Oh, man. Like an hour ago, I said that we were going to take stuff to Nook and sell to Nook. And, you had 2 years of not streaming. Fair point. I could have learned a lot about anthropology in that time frame, and I didn't. Couldn't be bothered to learn some anthropology. I have no defense of myself. You're just correct. But wouldn't I be less endearing if I knew lots of things? I feel like a lot of you guys like me because I'm dumb and don't know anything. It should be 33,000 bells, right? Perfect. My, You can't carry all that money. I'll have to pack that what you can't carry into money bags. Yes. Don't worry, BDs. It's free of charge. I'd be educational, edutainment. I learned about like linguistics, a little bit, and pizza making. Those are things I learned. I got really good at making pizza. Does that count as a thing I learned? Don't get it twisted. Homo erectus. Yeah. Pretty damn smart as well. Okay. There we go. That's good that's good that we had smart ancestors. You know, because we needed those brains to be able to make civilization, probably. Probably could have done it without the brains too, but you know what? We did it with the brains, and that's what is fine by me. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I like that this is like... There's something really beautiful about me sitting on the internet. A miraculous invention given the power to spread information across the entire world. Playing a video game, which is the pinnacle of like entertainment and in terms of interaction. And learning about fish occasionally in this game, and yet I've managed to just like sit here and be like, I don't know dick about anthropology. Do you guys think I'm cute? And just like get away with it. Proto language and could build boats. That would make sense, because that would be, you know, that would explain how we got all over the goddamn place. There's so much water everywhere. Oh, this apple. Oh, we gotta bury some apples. Oh, perfect. Are there pears? I forget if there's pears yet. The pears should be over next to my house. I think this is pears, or this one. One of these trees is pears. We gotta go plant some trees. Pangea still a thing, or has science given up on it? I think Pangea was a thing, right? They couldn't get rid of Pangea. I mean, it's still only theoretical, but like... That's a good sign. That's a good sign that I could bury an apple here. I know this is fish day, but we gotta take care of our world. God, an Eldritch Toys looks like a Christian myth. Oh my god. Damn. God damn. Continental Drift looks like a Christian myth. I don't know what the quotations are meant to imply about that. The evidence points to it. Okay, good. That's good news. You may have just ordered Wendy's with your brand new phone? Question mark? Kidney Island. Or just by like, just with the internet. With the power of the internet. Did you get the nuggets? He asks. Knowing there is only one right answer, and that's the answer. That's the one. You win the nuggets you already ordered that are on their way. I don't have a prize for you. There's no prizes on this show. There's no prizes here, but there are, you know, friends. So take that information however you like. Get a coupon for the Baconator. Ooh. $66 out of 75. Good. Good, good, good. Everybody loves downloading apps. That's why there was a whole ad campaign about it. And how many apps there were. So what you do is you put the nuggets on the Baconator. You put the lava cake onto the pizza. I found a Sproid. I would love to know what a Sproid is. I'm just gonna plant fucking trees. Call me Johnny Goddamn Appleseed. Planting all these fucking apple trees. Oh man, sponsored by Wendy's. God, if I was sponsored by Wendy's right now, they'd be like, oh yeah, get us that sweet, sweet nugget money. Oh boy. Asking the real questions now. I'm super curious what a Sproid does. I have genuinely no idea what sound a Sproid makes. Smaller brains? Really? Okay, before anyone says anything, I genuinely am super excited for Keg to just tell me anthropology facts. Only way. High five! Oh man, this is a real human friendship connection we've made here. Live on Twitch.tv. Oh, there's the sucky 6 p.m. song. Who even likes the 6 p.m. song? I want to know the Sproid and what sound it makes. Tell me the Sproid sound, game. Terrible. Terrible sound it makes. I hate it, and I want it out of my house. I think it... You know what? Okay. You are right that it... Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Store an item. Store this Sproid. So that whenever we get set price, 0 bells. That way, if we get a new character going, which we just might, Australopithecines? Thecanese? Here I am trying to pronounce Latin words correctly. As we all know, I'm so good at speaking Latin. That's the genus anyway. Okay. Oh, I'm actually, since I'm right next to my house, let me go back to my house and look and show you this keg that I have. Talk about an endeavor that's doomed to fail. Damn. Yeah. I had 2 years to learn Latin and I didn't do that either. I have a textbook and everything. Here's my keg. It's a keg. It's a good keg. I enjoy it. I like having it. Do I even know what a genus is? Yeah, in binomial nomenclature, you have the genus and the species. So the genus is the overarching grouping. So like you have genus, species, and then you can have like subspecies, I guess, because I know that dogs are yes, thank you. Dogs are Canis lupus familiaris, so they're not just because wolves are Canis lupus, but domesticated wolves, dogs, are Canis lupus familiaris. So I think that that's how. Yeah. So that's how it do. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Is that right? My mother insists that protists are not a kingdom at all. They just don't exist. Yeah, it's a keg. It's a good keg. I like to have it. So binomial nomenclature is this thing that was invented by... Oh, God. Who was the guy? Shit. Oh, I don't remember who the guy was that invented it. Oh, the name I can... Oh, God. I genuinely... I'm going to see it and be like, yes, him. And I just don't remember who it is. Oh, God. Carlos? I don't think it was him. All the old archaic species died. Cool. Didn't we kill most of the old archaic species? Like, weren't Homo erectus and Homo habilis and all those and Neanderthal men, weren't they all, like, murdered by us, like, brutally because we were able to take their land and shit? And we could. We were good at making tools that could kill other species. Oh! Woo! Good for me. Excellent news for Druid. That's not what I want to do. Don't mess with Texas. Obstin is a town in Texas somewhere. I can say that and not feel like an idiot. Who was... I genuinely don't know. They think their first name was Charles. But, like, I don't remember who... My brain keeps saying Charles Babbage, but I know he's the guy who made the differential engine and did not ever name species. He was an engineer and computer scientist, so... Not Babbage. Analytical engine, differential engine. One of those. I do promise that I know things, just not lots of things. I'm gonna look up after the stream who created binomial nomenclature. I'm gonna feel like a real dingus for not remembering it live on Twitch. Though I do appreciate... I don't know, I find the question, like, do you even know what a genus is? Very endearing. Because, like, I do like exhibiting exhibiting behavior that makes people think I'm a complete dumbass. Where they're just like, oh man, this guy doesn't know shit about dick. When in reality, I do know shit about dick. Just not much. The Neanderthals and Denisovians. Also, we don't know for sure if it was a species of small genocides. Series of small genocides. Oh boy. Jeez. Ugh. Wow. I do like that it's like, we don't know if we outright murdered them or just stole all their land and food. And it's like, well, that does sound familiar. Been doing it since the dawn of humanity, baby. Oh my god. That's kind of incredible to just think about. Oh. How a lot of the, like, historical behaviors of humanity can be boiled down to, like, apparently instinct that we've always had. Oh, that really blurs the line on, Okay. I know the words Homo habilis, so I did not know if Homo habilis existed before humans or simultaneously with them or anything. I'm not an evolutionary biologist, but I do know words. Wait a minute. You know what I just realized? I think... Okay, this is going to be a bit of a story, so strap in. When I was in college, I took 2 writing for video games classes. And in the first one, they the professor had us do just fell through the world. That's totally cool. Do that, fish. You go to the abyss. Do whatever you want to do. So, oh, okay. At the end of the first one, we had to all create like essentially a pitch for first members of the homogeneous. I do not know. Boom. And so somebody was pitching their game, and she was a like anthropology major. And I believe she pitched a game that was like the dawn of humanity, like in the Fertile Crescent, doing humanity things, hunting and pottery and stuff. And I'm pretty sure that like that might have that person might have accidentally written Far Cry Primal before Ubisoft did. Obviously, it wasn't as combat based, but it was like very much same setting, same. What the fuck? Shoes? What the fuck, Richard? I just pulled that memory out of my little brain bank. My brain bank is a bit like that face bank that's out there in the world that eats coins. It's a bit like that. In that if you try to put your fingers in to take coins out, it just starts biting you. But occasionally you can get some real nuggets out of there. Nuggets of wisdom. This bridge genuinely is a joy to have. And I'm very glad we have it. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I'm trying to... I've only got one. Only got one dang snapper. We're gonna get more. I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna do it. You can't stop me. I need to message my friend back. Oh, boy. Look up Ancestors of Humankind Odyssey at the stream. It's a game about stuff like this that is being developed by the original writer of the good old Assassin's Creed games. Okay. I might then have to look up if that person, when I got a career in video game writing, or not, because that genuinely does. I don't know. It was like an interesting idea, because like human history is just interesting like that. The history of humanity. I've been meaning to learn more about it. I just haven't. I have like hundreds of hours of audiobooks on like ancient societies that I've not listened to at all because I don't drive enough to listen to audiobooks. I don't have to drive anywhere anymore. The grocery store is right down the road. Right down the road! Right down the road! And like there's a gas station there, and like there's pizza just around the corner everywhere. There's a Whataburger less than 2 miles away, so I don't have time to listen to audiobooks. I don't have a chance to. Fish. Sebus. Get out of here, Sebus. Swim away, you fuck. You fool. Anatomically modern humans. Not been around nearly as long as any other apes in our ancestry. All the apps are installed. Yay, yay. Yay, 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 yay. Yay, 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 yay. Oh, oh. Are you saying that we have a long way to go before we evolve into a higher being, a higher form, a higher consciousness? Into Homo Deus? That's a book I want to read, but I haven't bought it or read it or looked into it other than like, oh, that's a thing I saw in an airport once and wanted to read, but then it was like, I don't want to read this yet. I have all sorts of books I still need to read that I bought like a year or a year and a half ago that I just have not got around to because I don't read enough. Like the fool I am. Like the idiot I am. I don't read nearly enough. I've got no excuses anymore. I play video games on the internet. What else am I going to do with my time? Edit. That's the answer to that question. I still have to edit and upload, like, all the games that I've completed so far. Which I recognize is not many. It's like Pony Island and Pikmin, but, you know. And there was 2 million years. Holy shit. Fucking superb, you funky little Homo erectus. That's interesting. Because we've only been around for what, like 150,000 years as Homo sapiens? Maybe less than that even, 110,000? I think the advent of farming was 65,000 BC, right? Is that correct? Or agriculture in general was 65,000 BC. Is that right? I read that somewhere. $40,000 BC? I don't remember. It was on a post I saw about if you recontextualize human history into being based on a matrilineal line of 25 years per person, such that each individual on average has a mother of 25 approximately, then like human history becomes this very different thing where you recontextualize a century as 4 mothers, such that like America's only been around for like what, 10 mothers, and we've only been, you know, past Christ for what is that, 80 mothers, I think. Almost 81. And I think I said that the entirety of human history was 120 mothers because it that was like the advent of agriculture. People are younger ages in the grand scheme of things. I started between 10,000 and 2,000 BC. Okay. Yeah, we're little babbies in the history, in the existence of mankind and the world. And it's like you look at something like a horseshoe crab and compare it to a ancient trilobite, and like, Jesus. Some things change very little. That giant fucking alligator or crocodile or whatever that was that walked through that golf course not recently, and it was like, oh shit, dinosaur. So we're pretty young in this world. I can imagine that humans are like we're kind of the like 11-year-old of the species, you know? We're like, no, I'm a grown-up. I can do what I want. I'm a big grown-up. I can do things. I can stay up late. I can watch PG-13 movies. They're not even scary. And in reality, we're like, trees and like alligators are like, nah, kid, you got a while to go before you're a big grown-up. Oh my god. Thinking of all of humanity as being a bunch of petulant 11-year-olds really does work a little too well. There's like... I don't know. It's just... That just works very well for me. We think everything that we do is super important and like the only way that anything could be done. Meanwhile, Homo erectus was around for 2 million years. We probably sped that up. We probably sped it up. I'm sure Homo erectus was like equally not equally, but you know, relatively intelligent compared to us, as well as like savvy with tools and, you know, other stuff that made them worth keeping around. We just murdered them all. It just happens, you know. It's kind of the course of human history, is such that we just reinvent killing Homo erectus all over again. I will say, if there's one thing humans are really good at, it's murder. We have done nothing but get better and better at murder as the years have gone by. This has been an interesting stream. I'm just thinking about it right now, where it's like, we've just gone and touched on a lot of topics and ideas and thoughts and things. Covered a lot of ground. And you know what helped to cover that ground? This bridge. At the end of the day, it comes back to the bridge. The bridge is what let us cover this ground more effectively. Covering more ground more effectively. Bridge. Oh no. Meh. Meh. Alright, we got like another hour of fishing to do. Which is probably going to be when we get the full red snapper assortment. Take the nook. Oh, cheese 'em. Cheese 'em. Cheese and crackers. Yeah. Which is the whole thing about evolution, is that there's supposed to be, you know, a general advancement of the species towards better efficiency and intelligence and all that. Evolution's fucking crazy. With, like, birds that, like, plant their eggs in other nests and then, like, evolve to have the right, like, interior of the mouth as the chicks that evolve, who are able to, like, oh my god, there's like some that have phosphorus in their faces to have like little glowy beaks, so that any birds that show up in the nest that don't have those, a parent can know that it's wrong. Like, that shit's fucking crazy. Evolution's nuts. Welcome to my seminar on biology and anthropology. The title is Evolution is Nuts. And it's just got diagrams like chicken to T-Rex, and like underneath it just says the phrase, "What the fuck, right?" Our big old brains did some work. Yeah. Oh. I'm just imagining all this shit that would happen. Like, if I actually gave a seminar that was just like, evolution, it's nuts. It's like, you ever look at how these spots are different on like a leopard and cheetah? Yeah, fucking crazy. Fucking insane. Why are they different? I don't know, but it's weird, right? T-Rexes used to be so big they could eat a human in a single bite. Now they're chickens. What the fuck? Who even lets this shit happen? You ever see a skeleton of a dolphin and see where their legs used to be? Like, who the hell decided that was a good idea? Why even keep that as a souvenir? That's a weird thing to do. Jesus, evolution. What the fuck is up? God almighty. Why am I not an evolutionary biologist? There'd be like a diagram that was literally just like a single-celled organism, an arrow, and then like a person in a suit. And the next slide would just say, "What the fuck, though, right?" Fucking crazy, isn't it? Yeah, just seeing this weird. Who the fuck are they? And then they have like spears and shit, and they start shooting arrows. It's like, ow, stop. Why? Couldn't we all just get along? And they're like, no. And then you're extinct. Homo erectus just sees us, and they're like, we're more hairless than they are, but we have like animal skins on for warmth. And they're like, well, why the fuck did you get rid of the hair, you dumb idiots? Jesus. And then they get killed en masse. Who the fuck do they think they are? They just walk in here like they're gonna inherit the planet one day. And then we inherited the planet one day. Oh yeah, I believe it. That's why they would be all like, well, what the fuck? Why did you get rid of all your hair? You wouldn't need clothes if you just had hair, you gosh dang idiots. And they would get killed. It would be a bad time. But for a moment, they would feel superior. And this is not what it's all about. Ooh. Oh my. I'm getting sweepy. Ooh woo. First ooh woo of the stream. Oh, 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 up, up, up. Let go of this fish. Yeah, Neanderthals. Why can't we all just get along? We just want to live in caves and be friends with everybody. It's like, friends? You've got land and resources we want, nerd. Give it to us, or we're gonna kill you. All right, here you go, bully. All right, cool. Now we got your land and resources. We're gonna kill you anyway. What? Why would you do that? Because we're jerks, and we don't like you. Well, it's that there's a panel from the Nuzlocke comic that I think of all the time, which is, all right, listen up. I don't like you, and you don't like me. I like you. Which I've always found really like endearing. Oh, goodness. Yeah. It's a conspiracy pushed by big Homo sapiens, a misinformation campaign. Yeah, it's probably based on like some dumb phrenology bullshit that doesn't make any goddamn sense about how Neanderthals were dumb because, like, well, of course they were. They weren't humans like us. If they were humans like us, they would be less dumb. When in reality, it's just like the only part that was dumb about them is that they were dumb and trusting. And like, that's, you know what? It's fair to call someone dumb if they trust humans. I'm gonna trust humans, says a species that either gets domesticated or killed. Oh. Oh! The PC restart? Okay. We're talking about anthropology. I'm making very mean anthropology jokes targeted at Homo sapiens and their terrible behavior, while Ket gives me information to use as ammunition against Homo sapiens. Why would I do that? Which part? Make fun of Homo sapiens? Because they deserve it. They killed off all of the Neanderthals and all the Homo erectus, the Homo erecti. And then we are their progenitors, and so we get to live in comfort. Can I just make Tank show up, please? I do not know how. I have no idea how to do that. I don't remember if someone said they were leaving town. They were just a lot more kind-hearted. They probably are forgiven stuff to us. That's so cute. Oh. I love that. I wish we'd evolved from Homo erectus instead of Homo sapiens. We'd be a lot nicer to each other. It'd be a really different world if, like, Homo erectus had managed to stage, like, had managed to remain around. Though I suppose we wouldn't have, because, you know, if Homo erectus was around for 2 million years and didn't make it to civilization, then presumably they weren't going to get started on the third eon they were around. You know? Like, this million years will really get down to business. So it's probably for the best that we end up evolving to be what we are, but, you know, it's just kind of sad. Like, they just meant well. I think someone in town mentioned leaving, but I don't remember whom or why. Or if, like, tank would, or how to get tank in here instead. I don't know if tank was in our original Animal Crossing town, but I could theoretically go over there via train and like talk to tank a bunch and be like, come visit my town, and I might be able to get him over here. Maybe. But I don't think I can guarantee it. Yeah. Do it! I don't care what must be done. I need tank here. That might be an entire stream. It's just like once we get the golden statue, go back to our original town, pluck all the weeds, just spend all day doing that, and then try to get tank to come over to our current town, Obston. Hell, we could get fucking, we could even move the old Druid character over to this game. Oh, can you imagine? Holy shit. I wonder if I could, I think I can do that. I think as long as you have like 2-player characters, you can move 1-player character over to a new town. This is crazy talk. This is insane. But I don't know. Maybe that's not available in this game. Maybe I would only be able to do that in Wild World or City Folk. But still, like, that'd be crazy to pull off. Oh no. Oh no. Up. 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 Come on. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. My pockets are full. Small strands in Europeans, we lost stuff like the Denisovans. Oh. I lament the death of species like I do the death of languages. Just because we'll never know what, like, contributions could be made. And, like, especially languages that don't have a writing system. Like, Dalmatian obviously is a loss, but, like, all of the Native American languages that weren't able to be, like, written down before before they were killed off. That's just sad, you know? There's a whole history in a human's language. A history of, like, etymology and, you know, continued existence, and a piece of, you know, the proto-world language that's only theoretically possible, but if we were able to keep track of more languages before they went extinct, we'd be able to definitively prove or disprove a proto-world language, which would be incredible to figure out. I'm not a big proto-world believer myself, but, you know, maybe maybe my mind could be changed if we had more evidence of languages that no longer exist. And what's really terrifying is languages that aren't being, that could die off, that exist without a writing system, and they could just be lost to time if we don't get them written down somewhere. Or otherwise, you know, get a sense of their language. But that's fair. Like, I understand why. Yeah. Well, the Mayans and the Aztecs, and then especially in North America, like, writing was not a thing that Native Americans had really gotten around to inventing yet because it wasn't critical. And they had a really strong, from what I understand, a really strong oral history and, like, oral knowledge of things. But only a few were able to be written down or translated into some system that then allowed them to exist. The Cherokee syllabary is why I even think about this sort of thing. Is the Cherokee were able to get a a writing system created because one guy would not fucking let up until they had one. And he made a whole syllabary for them. Which, by the way, if you ever want to look into the Cherokee syllabary, look into it. It's really interesting looking because a lot of the characters are just altered versions of, like, English letters or other, like, letters and sounds that existed otherwise in typesets or whatever else. Interesting stuff. But, yeah, a lot of that stuff, it's just sad to lose whole languages because of war or famine. And obviously there's some tribes that we can't ever get the language of because they're isolated on purpose to avoid being killed off. Goodbye, fish. Swim into the land. And that, I think, is, you know, tragic. That because of the, like, selfish desire to manipulate others, we're gonna lose entire parts of an overall human history just because, you know, no one can trust some random person with a camera to not, like, come in and take pictures of your tribe and tell everybody where they are and then go and pillage your land and take your resources. Right. Well, and, like, obviously there were tribes on, you know, there's sort of a myth in regards to the intelligence of Native Americans, and I'm sure you're not going for this, but I'm going to say this as just an aside. A lot of the tribes that were over here, I think, just didn't have any need to adapt or change or industrialize, partially because, like, there was no system that required them to alter their structure of existence, you know? Their societies were just as advanced as we were in terms of, like, diplomacy and war and agriculture and all that, but they didn't compete in terms of economic structure the way that we did. But at the same time, when you think about, like, how much, you know, they had an oral history. They had a system of government and a diplomatic structure and confederacies and all of this stuff. But they didn't have guns. Because why would you need guns? Who needs guns? In a way, European history is defined by unnecessary conflict like that. This weird, like, devotion to... I don't know Native American history well enough to be able to speak to say that they don't have this, but there was... I get the sense that European history, in its own weird way, was very much determined on, like, a certain family having the most control, whether it was the Rothschilds or the Habsburgs or the Tudors or whomever. That sort of patrilineal royal control, I think, really made Europe what it was politically and structurally and even technologically and into artistically, where wealthy patrons determined what art existed as opposed to just individuals doing stuff. And I think that the sort of division of Europe into smaller and smaller countries and groups, whereas, like, someplace like China, which split apart and came back together multiple times, as a result, like, as far as I understand it, there's essentially one Chinese national identity over an area that's much larger than all of Europe, which has dozens of national identities. Now, of course, part of that is because China quashes places like Tibet and Taiwan, but that's a communist thing, not really what I'm referring to. I don't know. I just find I find all of this stuff very interesting and how it all progresses. I don't really see any reason why, and again, no one's saying this, no one's implying this is the way it needs to be, but I do wish that there had been some solution figured out for natives to not be mass murdered and shoved off on a different land, that instead they were able to hunt and exist and, you know, live in America while white settlers were able to also do so. If it had just been Quakers, apparently it would have been fine, because Quakers were anti-slavery at a time when nobody else seemed to be. Those dang old Quakers. Throwing a wrench in that whole pro-slavery thing. I always point at the Quakers whenever somebody's like, oh, well, they were a product of their time, like Thomas Jefferson. It's like, no, they weren't, though. We only got here because we used to be nice, kept connected with yeah, the Great Land Bridge, is that what that's called? Yeah. Well, and I've always, I don't know, I think there's a wrench sort of thrown into the idea that, like, time affects anything. Because theoretically, if human society was just based on what time frame allowed places to originate, then theoretically there would have been a like great human society in modern day Kenya, as opposed to the cradles of civilization, Mesopotamia. That being where human society comes from is always weird to me. I've always found that interesting, because it's quite a ways from where Homo sapiens would have initially, like, it existed. So I don't know how that works. I don't know how that worked out at all. I find all this stuff really interesting, but I never, like, look into it because I'm dumb. Dumb with a hard B. But yeah, I find all that stuff really interesting, and just thinking on that sort of thing. Because there are tribes that essentially live in, like, Neolithic, is that the term for tribes that exist in sort of a modern Stone Age or modern, like, Bronze Age-ish type thing. In, like, Papua New Guinea, where there's, like, apparently 1,000 of the world's languages are in Papua New Guinea itself, as opposed to, what's it called? Well, it's spread out all over. But that's its own thing. Language is neat. I like language. Oh, no one ever told me that I was smart for knowing the... Did I get the order of the... It's not binomial nomenclature, but the, like, naming system of all species. Because I got the... I said it all, and no one was like, wow, Druid, you sure did remember that thing you learned in middle school off the top of your head. Good jorb. And if no one strokes my ego, then who's gonna... I'm not gonna. If I don't stroke my ego, then who's gonna here? I just feel as though I've been left up the creek, as the phrase goes. Hung out to dry. And nobody's telling me how pretty or smart I am. And I need compliments to survive. My pockets are full. My dang old pockets are full. I think, because we got 4 more fish, right? I think by the time I get all these fish figured out. Oh no. Come on. Come on. Yep. Yep. It isn't really. Southeastern Africa. Humans being the curious as we are, saw more land north of us and wanted to see what the hell is on. Right. I guess my point is, like, I don't follow why Mesopotamia got to be where the cradle of civilization was, just because it had 2 rivers, as opposed to, like, the Nile, which became a civilization after Mesopotamia, but was on the way to Mesopotamia. And other places obviously had stuff going on. I just find it interesting as, like, a timeline choice. That was the one where it was like, oh yeah, this is where we're gonna just fucking make a whole society. We're gonna have money and land and economics and crazy farming. We're gonna do it all right here. I just find it odd that that's like that was the first one, you know? Unless it wasn't, in which case, you know. 2 Rivers, man. It's like a song from Cabaret. I need to rewatch Cabaret. I haven't seen Cabaret in a long time. Didn't come here for a history lesson. What the heck? Came here to be stupid and watch a streamer fish a video game. And you know what? There is still time for. Oh, I meant the Liza Minnelli one. Is there more than one? Is there more than one Cabaret? Oh, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to think about such an opportunity. Who would ever turn down Liza Minnelli? I was being real stupid earlier. I'm so like visibly I sound so dumb most of the time that Keg genuinely asked me if I knew what a genus was, and I was like, maybe. Yeah, I know that one thing. There was a remake? What kind of fucking communist? You're door dashing the food and they pick the ways far away from me. Like, what? Yeah. I guess part of it is that it's kind of hard to know why we did something without any written history. We didn't invent cuneiform until we got to Mesopotamia, so obviously, like, we couldn't be like, and here's why we left Africa. And it happened slow enough that, like, they probably couldn't, you know, keep an oral history that made any damn sense. So, I suppose I'm being too demanding of our ancestors. Another 45 minutes? Jesus. You could have gone and gotten the Wendy's yourself in this time frame. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just thinking. They haven't remade it yet? Okay. I had not heard of any Cabaret. They have a hard time remaking Cabaret. Because, like, oh, Chicago. Okay. I'd have a hard time remaking Cabaret on account of the whole, like, Nazi thing that happens in it. It's like remaking Casablanca. You work in a goddamn theater? Point. Yeah. I think that's a thing. I think that there was some... I don't know for certain because I don't know dick about shit. But from what I understand, everywhere else but Mesopotamia was too hot. But it was nice and it was like relatively comfortable there. Like most of Africa was too hot and most of everywhere else was too hot. But Mesopotamia was not. I know remarkably little about plays, considering. You did tell me that you saw plays as like a series of light cues. So I can imagine that you would, you know, got that nice breeze off the Gulf. Yeah. Anyway, this DoorDash stuff sounds like bullshit. I can't tell you what the fuck goes on in them. Rent. Apparently some people are homosexual. Some of them have AIDS. That's all I got. You and I probably have this much shared knowledge of these plays. Because I've not seen Rent ever, but I know that it's about AIDS, I think. The Middle East and Africa are very hot places, Drew. What I meant was they were even hotter back then, and that Mesopotamia was the least hot place. Asking a chat person right now about it, like why the fuck? Yeah, I imagine that it was like that person was already in the area doing something else when they were assigned that particular task. New York City, gays and AIDS with music, right? I honestly don't even know the like time setting of Rent. I just don't know it. I don't know if it's in the 70s during fucking... I don't know if it's in the late 60s, early 70s with Stonewall. I don't know if it's in the 90s with the AIDS crisis. I don't know. 20 to pick the food up from Wendy's? Yeah, that's some horse shit right there. I don't know what's going on with that. It's not going to be warm when it gets there. No matter how nice of a DoorDash setup that person has. I hope our version is Civil War era Rent. I don't know if I did imply this, but I did not mean to imply. Yeah. I don't know. This is why I don't use like I've never liked doing delivery stuff, even though it would be way more convenient, especially if I didn't have a car. But I've never really liked delivery because it always ends up like... And it sucks doing delivery, too, because it's never, you know... Shit like this happens as a delivery person, so... Alan Cumming was the MC in the Broadway revivals of Cabaret. Okay. That makes sense. I forget who Alan Cumming is. Yeah. Well, then we invented air conditioning, and we just went fucking crazy with living wherever we felt like. You have a car right now, so you have to deliver? Yeah. The only thing worth door dashing near me is Denny's, because those fucks take an hour, even if you go there. Was Nightcrawler in the X-Men? If I saw his face, I'd probably recognize him, but, you know, that sort of thing just is me and my brain. Oh, that's a snapper right there. That's a dang old snapper right there. How many we got? We got... Oh, 4 left. Okay, I was like, we had 4 left like 10 or 12 minutes ago. Oh, 4 still. Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah. I really do wish that delivery was less of a pain in the ass to like do. Because one of the reasons why it's hard to get people to do delivery food is, one, there's obviously a greater risk. The more you drive, the more... I'm enjoying this immensely, discussing anthropology. I wish I knew more so I had more to contribute other than, like, basic facts that are probably, like, Anthro 101. I wish I had more interesting commentary to give on it. Oh, shit. Look at this red snapper. That caught me a red snapper. Swap. What was I saying? Oh, lots of voice acting too. The name is familiar, so I think I probably know him from voice acting something. I was gonna say in regards to delivery and like DoorDash and stuff, part of the problem that I have is that insurance companies don't like insuring delivery people because being on the road more means you're at a higher risk of getting in an accident just by other people hitting you. And so they don't like insuring that sort of thing, which means there are fewer people who can do delivery work, and it doesn't pay really great. Even like DoorDash stuff doesn't pay well. And so it pays better than most minimum wage jobs, by the way. But it's just not a very, like, I don't know. It's not a great gig to try and work. And so I'm sure that if we had tons of people on the road all doing delivery stuff, then it would be a lot easier if we had driverless cars doing it even. But given that it's, given that it involves, like, having a real human being with insurance on the road means that it's going to be it's just a nightmare right now to try and do any kind of delivery food, unless it's, like, right next to you. And I mean, shit, I fucking waited 40 minutes for a pizza that was ordered presumably down the road from me to arrive. And that was, you know, not very fun. I might ask more questions a different day. When is this 30 minutes away from your house? Yeah. Yeah, that's part of it too, I'm sure, is like, it's a pain in the ass to go, like, far away from somebody's house and then back to it to get them food. But, I don't know. Food service in America is a whole goddamn nightmare, and I just wish it wasn't. You'd think that the one fucking thing that we all need, that is to say, food, would be less of a nightmare to get in a country that's supposed to have, like, plenty of everything. We're supposed to be the wealthiest country in the entire goddamn world, and we can't manage to fucking have adequate capitalist food establishments. How does that work? And don't tell me no invisible hand shit. It's corporations. It's shareholders. Put my tinfoil hat on and start reading my Michael Lewis books. The end is nigh. Michael Lewis doesn't deserve that implication. He's a better author than this. Most aren't interested. Yeah, someone did say, it was Yuko Nishi. Yes. Said that they were just they don't want history or anthropology. They just want dumb fish talk. And I can do dumb fish talk all day. I'm very talented at dumb fish talk. Sorry, my nose is running. Trying to get it taken care of. There we go. Oh. Aha. I feel like whenever I crack my neck like that, the sound comes out of my fucking neck, out of my mouth, I mean. And it's just a weird, like, I'm sure it's horrifying to listen to. We used to have this food truck at work. I'm gonna try to find out what this fucker is gonna be. Yeah, you get you that food truck food. What kind of food truck was it? Was it bulgogi? Was it Heroes? What kind of food was it? I want to know. He called it Frankenfood? Oh boy. Honesty in advertising. As the kids say, on point. I caught a sea bass. I don't want a sea bass. I want it to go away. I want it to go away into the ocean. Don't think it's ever gonna get her. Oh, we're gonna get here. Okay, sorry. I wasn't certain if you were, okay, I see. It's gonna be really cold, yeah. I can sense it. I can sense it, I can sense it in the Force. I can feel it in this world. I hear something downstairs, and it sounds a little bit like my voice, so I don't know if somebody's watching my stream downstairs, though that would be kind of a weird way to spend one's time. I say, as everybody's watching me like, hey, there's no upcoming location, this website is dead. Oh, no. I just think it'd be weird for somebody in my house to be watching my stream downstairs as opposed to just, like, walking into this room, too. And no dogs, which is sad, because I like dogs. But it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Us boys are turned into a we've turned into a diaspora. Diaspora? I don't know how that I is pronounced. We've spread across the state of Texas now. We'll reunite one day. Not in the same place to live, but you know, temporarily. To fucking set this city on fire. Like the winds. We'll return together and we'll fucking burn this mother down. That's what we do. Definitely not just sit in this room and play Mario Party. That's not what people do. We were gonna go out and party. We're gonna go to Deep Ellum and drink booze and listen to music and dance with girls. It's gonna happen. Definitely not just play Smash Brothers right here in this room, nice and cozy, and order pizza. Definitely not that. Oh my god. It's gonna take like 90 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to Applebee's. Soon. Soon. Oh. So many Sebas. So many. So much, so many. I just don't get it. Yeah. And the support just said, well, we're sorry, but you know, like, what did you expect? You ordered DoorDash. God. I really do hate that for the support people and for you. I mean, I haven't showered at all. It's not a date, first of all. But also, it's like, I need to shower and, like, change clothes. They really ought to give you a refund. Like, they shouldn't charge you. I don't have a date. I'm going out with a friend for food. I mentioned this days ago. It's not a date. There's no date involved. It's just Nick and his sibling. If you're showering and changing clothes, what do you mean? What is this implication? I'm not dating Nick. He's not my type anyway. I sure do love fishing fish out of the sand. You're getting gussied up. These are all spurious allegations against me, and I shan't have them. I'm not potentially dating his sibling. I don't even know their sexuality. We're just gonna get Applebee's as a group of friends do. It's not a date. I resent all implications that I date. You say that now. Jeez, you are incorrigible, all of you. That's not what a double date is either. A double date is not me going on 2 dates with 2 people. I'm not telling anybody anything. I'll tell you, like... Jesus Christ. Incorrigible, you all are. I'll tell you what everybody orders. Nick tried to get me to take him to IHOP instead, and I was like, nah. We're not going to IHOP, no matter how many coupons you have. 2 kisses? You're just trying... See, now you've done this to Keg. Now, Keg's had the experience. Pretzel sticks with the beer cheese sauce. Not a bad idea, though not for me. I'm getting me the fish and chips. Nick wants me to have waffles. I don't want to have waffles. I want fish and chips. He wants me to get it. That's not what IHOP's slogan is. That's Burger King. Is IHOP, now that they're IHOB, are they going to change into having it? Are they going to change themselves into being a Burger King competitor? IHOP's just going to become... IHOP in their IHOB moves is going to become Burger King. That's what they're going to do. It's going to be a different company and a different, like, structure, but they're going to just be Burger King a second time. If'n you know what I mean. I know what you mean, and it's these implications are bad for everyone. I miss Cindy. She was the best. Honestly, if IHOP switches to being IHOB, serves more burgers, lowers their prices, but still serves eggs and waffles and pancakes, like, they'll put Burger King out of fucking business. 8 to 11 minutes away now. Okay. So by the end of the stream, we should know how you're, Yes, they've always had burgers, but they have not advertised themselves as a burger place. It's like Denny's. BK has the best hash browns. Fair. I've not had Burger King's hash browns, but now I'm curious how they are. Oh. 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 I've impressed Tiara. You take that back, you son of a bitch. All right, fine, I rescinded. I didn't mean that. I did not mean to say that IHOP and Denny's were the same, or that they're okay. Apparently, Denny's is far better than IHOP, which is a fact that I did not know. I'm sorry to have implied that. You know what? I did know that, actually. Because Drama mentioned all the things she got from Denny's recently. Like a burger and onion rings and fries and a cake batter milkshake. And I was like, it was all $15, and I was like, Jesus. Fucking Denny's, man. So I did know that Denny's was better. I just didn't remember it in my brain space. I should have gotten Denny's. Really? Oh, man. This would never have happened at Denny's. Denny's wouldn't hurt me like this. Oh, my God. Fucking... I'm now super curious about Denny's burgers and nachos. I've learned a lot about Denny's here. This has turned into a fucking possessive restaurant like haven where it's like, what places do we go to? Denny's and fucking the Slam Burger is the best. Denny's and Wendy's are like given all sorts of free advertising here by the chat being like, yo, Wendy's and Denny's are what's up. I should go to Wendy's more often. I feel like I'd enjoyed Wendy's more than I would enjoy like having, because the Whataburgers around here are all like worthless, which is a shame because Whataburger's my jam. But you know, it's one of those things. Crispy hash browns, a sunny side up egg, and 2 bacon strips of the hand-pressed 100% beef patty covered with pepper jack queso on a brioche bun. Serve with your choice of side. Wendy's usually sucks for the things they do well. They do really well. Oh, so like fries and Frosties. They do really, really well. And the nugs. Those sweet nuggets. I genuinely could not tell you how I know to catch these fish. When it is on their game, it's good for me, but today, it's stupid. Fair. Fair. Well, I think part of that's on DoorDash. I don't think Wendy's is like... Scale of 1 to 10, how cold do I think it'd be? Where 1 is like... 1 is Siberia and 10 is my soul. I'm gonna go with 5. I'm gonna go on the average side. I'm gonna say 5 because if I was a DoorDash person, I would have some kind of 10 is post sun death. Damn. I think that like if I was a DoorDash person, I would have some kind of hot bag or set of hot bags to keep the food warm. So I can imagine that they probably have something like that. So it's probably gonna be like a 5, but it's not gonna be warm. Oh, right on time. We're gonna take these sweet, sweet snappers to Nook. And I'm gonna call it a stream. And you're gonna yell at me for calling it a stream there. And say I gotta go prepare for my hot date. That's not a hot date, because it's not a hot date. It isn't. That's simply untrue. I have completely ignored the villager aspect of this game. Like, I have not talked to any animals for any fucking reason. I have barely done any animal chores. Oh man, we're gonna cutting it close with this 50,000 bell payment. Oh, I'll sell. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. I think it's because I've been playing so much Pocket Camp over the course of, over the course of, like, the last few months, I've played so much Pocket Camp that I don't want to hear the, like, random shit they say to me to, try and, like, do chores for them. I just want to, like, fish and plant trees and get the wishing well to heart me. And get Sable freed from her enslavement. Customer. Hashtag free Sable. No mods, no masters. No nooks. You know what? No mods, no masters. Whenever I do BioShock, I'm not going to say any more about timing because I'm going to fuck it up somehow. That'll need to be the title. It's no mods, no masters. Just, that'll invite so many people into the chat to say awful shit to me, but at the same time, like, that is the phrase. Are you done already? I am done. I've only been playing this game for 3.5 hours. Jeezum. Jiminy Christmas, Jane. What the heck? What the heck? Thank you for waiting. I hope we see you again soon. Well, you might. Nintendo. All right. Here's the end slate. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn the cube off. Oh, hell yeah. You know it. Fucking Ayn Rand, man. What the hell is her deal? Drew wins. Oh, I won 5. Was it a 5 on the cold scale? No gods, no masters, probably. Or which I don't know which one. Drew wins. Is Drew wins? I got you the wrong sandwich. Oh, that's some horse shit right there. Oh my god. I am sorry to end the stream on this. You should tell them that everybody on Twitch is disappointed in them, so they can know that they're getting bad advertising from this whole situation. So they give you like $50. All that waiting for the wrong sandwich, and we all heard it live on twitch.tv. Dang old darn. It's like Christmas when I was 8 all over again. Oh man, we're getting into some personal details now. Anyway, these are it's Instagram, it's Twitter, it's the same thing as always. You can follow me on either place. Final Quest of the Independent Vegas ending is No Gods, No Masters. There's, I think, an achievement you can get for No Gods, No Masters if you kill Mr. House with a golf club, then you get the No Gods, No Masters achievement, I think. If you want to look that up, that might be the thing. Because I remember that being in there. I don't know. I'll be back tomorrow at 3-ish. I have to say ish now because I fucking failed to be on time this week. So, you know. Do what you want to do with your life. Never let anybody tell you that you're wrong. Pat cats. Live, laugh, love. Keep your bellies full and your socks dry. That was the worst ending I've done so far. That was the worst one. Well, we're done here. Have a good night, everyone.